With yet another DJs BrewTube beer review. Well, you know what, guys? The fall is upon us, and it's time for another fall seasonal. And what are we going to do to get our fall seasonal fix on today? Well, we're going to go to Brewery Ommegang out of Cooperstown, New York, US of A. Yay, yay! And we're going to have their Scythe and Sickle. That's right. This is a beer to guard, some say it's an amber ale, but I do know it's a fall serving. And this particular bottle is a 2013 vintage. That's right, it's been in DJ's cellar for, at this point, just over a year. Now, it clocks in at 5.8% ABV and 20 IBUs. Now, you're saying, DJ, the beer is only 5.8% ABV, and it can't be good. You know, that's a low alcohol. Well, they say right on the front of the bottle that it's good till now. So I'm going to go with what the brewer's saying, and I'm going to have at this beer. Now, ingredients-wise, this is I guess their sort of answer to pumpkin beers. I guess Ommegang didn't want to go the pumpkin beer route, so they made a fall beer. This is not a spiced beer, but it's made with, like, fall harvest grains. Now, why do I say that? Because this is brewed with barley, wheat, oats, and rye. Rye specifically because, you know, they grow a lot of rye up in the New York area, and that's going to lend some spiciness, just like the Belgian yeast strain that they use in this. So, I guess they're kind of saying it's like I think I said on the bottle, it's meant to be like a farmhouse harvest style ale. So, they've got all the right ingredients in there. It sounds like anyway. I'm going to get the top popped on this, get it in the glass, and tell you what's up with the Scythe and Sickle 2013 vintage. Let's get the top popped. Boom. Nice hiss off the top. Plenty of smoke climbing out of that. Lovely collectible Ommegang crown. And the new version anyway. Let's get it in the glass. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, a little bit hazy. We like that. I like hazy beer, as you know. That's kind of my thing. Doesn't have to be filtered, does it? Filter maybe takes some of the flavor away. We don't like flavor being taken away, do we? So, the color of this, actually it looks kind of like a pumpkin beer. It's sort of a golden, amber, orange color. We got a solid, really super tightly packed one-finger head of khaki off-white bubbles. When I swirl it, we're not getting any alcohol eggs. I didn't expect that. And maybe I can tell when we drink this down, might get a bit of, you know, glass lacing on there. But take a look at that. Really nice looking, lovely, sort of unfiltered style beer. Pretty beer. Let's get a nose on this and see what's up in the aroma department. Let's see. Right up front, I'm getting some rye spiciness and also some dark fruits and spice from the yeast. I'm also getting sweet bready malts, caramel sort of malts. Man, that's a really tasty smelling beer. You can smell the grains that they've kind of been, you know, I guess, infused this with or made it with. And the standout is the spice from the yeast, the spice from the rye, and like say some fruity esters from the malt. From the yeast, also with some you know, some bready sweetness from the malts. I'm diving in, guys. It's been a long day, and I'm ready for a brew. Cheers. Wow, that's different. Wow, that's a cool beer. Right up front, the first thing you get is actually a caramel malt taste, followed by a spicy kick from the rye, and almost like some cinnamon notes in there from the, I guess, the rye and the malts and the yeast playing together, like a little bit of like raisin and dark fruit of raisin and plum taste and fig in your mouth. Wow, super easy drinking. There's no there's no alcohol in the aroma, there's no alcohol in the taste, and it's got a nice medium, almost medium full body from the oats and the barley they put in it. Really easy to drink. It's got that velvety Ommegang Belgian style carbonation that cleanses your palate with every drink, and it's got a really cool balance between the sweetness of the malts that are in there and the spice of the malts from the rye and the yeast that are in there. This is a really cool beer that I am digging. It's kind of like a refreshing departure from pumpkin beers and the usual everyday fall serving. So, man, you hear me kind of geeking out on this. What do we grade a beer like this? Well, Rate Beer gives it a 95, which is a high A, or, you know, getting into that A scale, and Beer Advocate gives it an 87, which is a B+. I think it's better than a B+, definitely. I'm going to give this beer an A, too, for what it is. I really like the flavors and the combination and the spiciness and almost like that cinnamon aftertaste almost it has that they've developed by using malts and interplay with their yeast strain, and especially the inclusion of the rye. This is a really cool beer. I'm not sure what hops they use in it, but after a year, probably isn't a factor. But, man, really cool beer. If you see it in your area, give it a shot. It's not that expensive, and it's got a pretty darn long shelf life on it, too. They're rating it for a year straight out the gate. So, to the next DJs BrewTube, if you've had this beer, let me know what you think. Also, if you would think globally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement, I would really appreciate that too, because that's really cool, and that's what keeps diversity and neat new beers like this coming out that are answers to the everyday and what's, you know, being cookie cuttered out there by the other smaller breweries or whatever. You get an answer to a fall seasonal like this beer, and you know, the more I drink Ommegang beers, on a side note, the more I respect how they cellar. Every Ommegang cellar beer that I've had has been really tasty, and they cellar like a champ with their yeast strain and the ingredients and time and care that they put into them. So, to the next DJs BrewTube, thank you a million to each and every one of you. And until then, I'm going to kick back. I'm going to drink this beer. I'm going to think globally and drink locally and support the craft beer movement by those actions. And until then, I got, like I said, nothing but a bunch of love for you. And you know what's coming. That's right, a big ass. A peace out!